It rips, but I don't think the motor's gonna like that one very much, so let's do one more. All right, YouTube, we are going to take the car out for the inaugural test drive. I've started the car. I have heard it idle. This will be the first time driving it with the standard ECU in the car. It is really cold out. It is really late out. I know the car is going to want to do its little warm-up cycle, which is like, I should let it sit and idle for a second because it's going to hold at 2,000 RPMs and then it's going to drop down to 1. But since it is so late, I want to get out of here. I don't want to piss off the neighbors, so we're going to just roll. We'll baby the car for the first little bit. I'll give you my initial reaction. Sorry, I have to burp. But yeah, so let's get it going. Yeah, see, so it's holding at 2,000 RPMs and then it should drop down. I really don't want to piss off the neighbors, so I am just going to throw it in reverse and we're going to get out of here. So, initial reaction in reverse, you never really touch the throttle, you just kind of slip the clutch to move, so it doesn't really matter. But here we go. Oh yeah, so it's a lot more willing to go in first gear. Ooh, second gear. I'm not sure if it's just because the ECU is trying to do like its little warm-up cycle with the car, like with a cold start, but shifting it there, it did have a little bit of a flare-up, so that kind of means that it was kind of applying throttle for me, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. It kind of makes you feel like you're not in control. And then right there also a little throttle flare up, so it's a little interesting. Oh yeah, but it's just so much more, I don't know, not like yeah, it is responsive. I was gonna say not responsive, but that's responsive right there. That's just like, we're not gonna get on it because we're trying to warm the car up, but it made the car a lot more friendly to drive. At least from what I could feel right there, that is just like 10 times friendlier, 10 times easier. So yeah guys, so far so good. Everything seems smooth enough. The car is not yet warmed up. I'm gonna cut you guys off. I'm gonna let the car warm up all the way. I'm gonna get a little bit better feel, work out some of the quirks if there are any, and then I'll start recording again. We'll do some pulls, we'll do some more spirited driving, we'll kind of get some stop and go stuff, we'll shift through the gears, we'll test the no lift shift, we'll test the two-step, which I don't know if I ever told you guys, the two-step with the other ECU, it wasn't having it. So after I installed it, it just like, first day it worked, and then it started throwing the EPC light on, so it wouldn't let me two-step like at all. Like 1 second of two-step after normal driving, like I could pull up to the stoplight, try and two-step, and it would throw the car into limp mode, like a hard limp mode. So that was kind of shitty. We'll see if this ECU though, it might work, so we'll get a feel for this and see if we can two-step with this one, if we can no lift shift with no issues, if it's gonna start throwing codes or anything. So anyway, I'm gonna let the car heat up and then we'll start getting into it. We're in third gear right now. Let's drop it down to second. Kind of just roll into it and see how it reacts. probably about like 34 degrees. That spun. Straight up, that spun. That was way better than what we've been getting with the other ECU. It seemed very smooth getting into it. The engine, like I was saying yesterday, the way it idles and the way it runs, it almost feels like it's quieter just because it doesn't have such a like aggressive, I don't know, it's just not running bad. It's running really smooth. So it's crazy. I didn't even realize that the car could run smoother than it was running and could make more power than it was. I think just the setup was veering too far off of what they had tuned the car on. That was really good. We'll just go slow out here and just roll into it. Let's see if it does a misfire or anything. Yeah, misfire. That was third gear. I'm not sure what boost it's making, so that would be a good thing to look at. Maybe I should check that out, but it's definitely not misfiring, but yeah, it didn't like it. So there is strike number one. I'm not sure what the boost level is, and if it was just like blowing out spark or kind of making it hard for it to ignite in the cylinder, which is definitely a possibility if we're running too much boost. I can clear the code really quick. Here, watch. I'm going to turn this dome light off. Plug this guy in. So nice having the scan tool, guys. Such a handy thing. So we can go in, we'll clear the code and get this going. The only thing, if you are clearing codes while you're driving, I would say stay off the throttle pedal just so it can kind of reset more organically, I guess you would call it. Erase the codes, press any key to continue. We're going to shift into second gear and turn the dome light back on. Let's see what kind of boost we're making. Oh, well, that's our issue, guys. That spiked at almost 30 psi. I think that is not healthy for the motor. That was second gear. Whoa, whoa. It rips, but I don't think the motor's gonna like that one very much, so let's do one more. Yeah, it's definitely blown out the spark there. Rowdy. I think I'm gonna have to remove some wastegate springs and go from there. But the car drives just fine. Besides that misfire, everything is awesome. I just have to get a hold of the boost before I start blowing a head gasket or lifting the head or blowing the engine up. AFRs look good as well. We can come down and they're running 11s, 10s. So, yeah, it seems to be somewhat fine, so awesome. fun. Drivability is pretty freaking awesome, guys. Pretty freaking awesome. Let's see if the two-step works. Yeah, no misfire. Two-step works. Yeah, she works. That's so cool, guys. I'm gonna call it quits there. Thank you guys for watching. Super impressed with this standard ECU. I don't know why we didn't put it in sooner. I will see you guys on the next video. We'll probably be addressing this overboosting issue. That's nuts. And we'll probably have to re-gap the spark plugs as well. So yeah. Peace out. See you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching.